Hey, everybody, come on in. It's 5:01. It's 5:01 in the morning here in the middle of Michigan. This is Comics by Night. And I might be solo today. That's what I get for showing off a great book. I'm going to run the opening and we will try to get this underway. Hopefully. Right. There we go. Let us do. That one.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with theory.
That's right, everybody. Come on in. It's Comics by Night. Got a great book to look at today. Rocco Vargas. If you've never seen it, you're in for a treat. If you like Tintin, if you like Flash Gordon, this is kind of the two of them just mashed together. Daniel Torres, Belgian, I believe, author. We'll look him up on Wikipedia as we go along. I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman, Arrow Comics. I've been doing comics since the middle 80s. Got a long history in the alternative and independent market, doing a lot of books, getting this close a lot of times. Almost had that movie deal, almost had that big comic at DC, almost. You know, damn Spielberg. And I guess Karen Berger didn't like the title of my series, so they didn't take that either. But we're here. We love comics. We look at comics every week on this program, every day. And I need to tell you, the chat is wide open today, so feel free to comment. I am the only one in the house right now, in the room. I am hoping that Russ will show up here in a few minutes. Glenn has been ill, down with a touch of the flu, but he is getting better. He was hoping to be here today. I don't think he quite made it, and I'm really sorry he didn't, because you're missing out on a great book. So I'm leaning on the chat for chatter today. Don't be afraid to speak up. That chat is wide open out there. Got a lot of experience in comics. This is a great book. The series originally ran a little bit, or most of it, in Heavy Metal magazine. Still a great book. Let me run a little spot here, and I'll switch cameras. What I do want to tell you, though, is we are in the midst of the Atlantean campaign. Very proud of that book. I wrote it. Russ did the artwork on it, and it's turning out to be beautiful, even better than number 3, which I didn't think was possible. And it's looking incredibly good, and we can't wait for you to see it. I'm going to run an Atlantean trailer right now, and then we'll pick up with the camera and start looking at this great book. Here we go. In the time before Atlantis sank, when the lands of this world were savage and untamed, one man would claim his destiny, seizing his place as a king. After defending his throne and learning the devastating truth of the Serpent Kingdom and its deadly cults, King Kull in his right hand ruled the Spear Slayer, make a solemn vow to hunt down and destroy the hidden empire of these serpent demons. These are the tales of those journeys. This is the Atlantean. Tales inspired by the brilliance of Robert E. Howard, featuring his first barbarian characters as introduced in the pages of his classic tale, The Shadow Kingdom. Each volume contains beautifully painted covers and around 50 pages of original black and white art and story, featuring classic sword and sorcery adventures you don't want to miss. Join us on these epic adventures and sign up now for news with the email list at russleach.com. Bring your axe and prepare for battle. The campaign for Atlantean number 4 is available right now over at fundmycomic.com. We are over 200%, I believe, fulfilled, but we had a really low cap rate. It's all print on demand, so it's going to get printed anyway. Russ is finishing up the artwork now. doing the final inks on it. We're looking at having it out by the end of April. And it's going to be a really, really great book. If you haven't seen that campaign, go over to fundmycomic.com when we're done here and take a look at it. Hope you get to buy in. Hope you get to read the book. Like I said, we're especially proud of it. Also available in that campaign are what we call catch-up tiers. There we go. Transparency. It's a crowded basement. And we have what they call catch-up tiers, and it's not physical tiers. It's just different parts of the campaign where we're offering Volume 1 of the Atlantean, Volume 2 as well, or Issue 2, Issue 1, Issue 2, and Issue 3 over there, as well as, if you look, there's also a great hardcover Shadow Kingdom version, and Shadow Kingdom's where the Atlanteans started. And there's also this beautiful omnibus available over there that has the Shadow Kingdom and the first 2 Atlanteans in it. I can't recommend it to you highly enough. Look at how thick that book is. It's just a beautiful, beautiful package that's available over at fundmycomic.com as well. All right, enough self-promoting. I hate it when people run commercials on their stuff. And that's all you'll hear from me until the end of the show about this. In the meantime, we're going to look at this great, great book. Once again, folks, there's nobody else in the house this morning in the room but me, and I am relying on the chat to help me along here. We are looking at Daniel Torres's Rocco Vargas. It's a collection of his stories. If you think of he's kind of a reluctant space pilot. Good morning, everyone. Dave is in the house. Genuine Comics, 10 a.m. where he's at. Comics by Night at 10 a.m. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hope you're doing well, Dave. This book was published by Dark Horse, collected together by Dark Horse, put together lovingly. Look at that. Great constellation in the front. This guy travels from planet to planet. It's a really unique property. I was drawn to it, but I like space operas anyway. But I was drawn to it right off the start. Really reminds me, art style wise, a lot of Herge's material from Tintin. Only it's space opera. It's a lot of fun. Let me read you this introduction because it is really cool. As soon as I find my glasses. I got a pair for the computer and I got a pair for reading biophiles. This says, one of my favorite science fiction writers, Philip K. Dick, said that the difference between science fiction and fantasy is that fantasy deals with what the average reader considers impossible, while science fiction tries to make of situations that the same readers consider possible or familiar. I don't think there is a need to add much more. There's even less need to defend a genre that, just like others, has been considered by many minor. When deciding to tell a story, a person doesn't determine its contents beforehand. What the author tries to do is utilize the narrative tools at hand. These tools are very similar no matter what the genre. Science fiction tells a story like every other story, but it has more buttons to push. How do you like that? The genesis of Rocco Vargas is so unlikely that it has become somewhat unconfessable. It is evident that our hero took off under the sign of irony, an astral conjunction that very close to his author. Irony is at the same time daughter and grandmother of laughter. It is surprising thanks to its daring and wise due to its experience. It is essential equipment. It is essential equipment if a person wants to tell serious things in a humorous way, a way that will kill you with laughter. Irony gives a character a spaceship and tells him he can't leave his backyard, like I did with Vargas. Irony places a typewriter in his hands and asks him to go onward or go towards the stars, acting as a shadow of himself. I admit that it may seem like torture, that irony, but this is what a character has to bear when the author wishes to move him in a genre like science fiction, about which people have preconceived ideas. The author doesn't want to too much to escape from the genre, but to widen it, even when he admits that the science fiction courtyard is already as big as a Texas ranch. It is certain there are other worlds that is not so clear as that they coexist with this one. If not, why is there this eagerness to abandon this sphere, only to end up talking about aliens who move in dark but predictable places, such as alleyways or in eras that are as similar or familiar as ours? If a cowboy is a guy who rides into the sunset on a horse, a sidereal pilot is a guy who leaves space dust behind him just like a comet. Starts out with an article about the existing worlds that is in Rocco's universe. And then we get to the great stuff, folks. We get some great full pages, a big rendition of how the different worlds exist in his universe. There's some beautiful full page shots here. Let me get rid of my name here. Fantastic. I love this artwork. He accomplishes in just a few brush strokes what a lot of people do with a bunch of sketchy lines. Look at this. Planetscape here. Let me see if I can go down farther on it and get a little closer on it so that you can see all this detail. This is fantastic stuff, folks. Daniel Torres, we're looking at. Daniel went on to do some stuff at DC, but it wasn't at this quality. I think he was on a hard deadline, or he had a really bad inker on him. But I really enjoy this book from Dark Horse. I think it's available still on Amazon. If not, it'll be on eBay. But it's got to be hard to find because hardly nobody talks about this artwork. I very rarely see it mentioned anywhere. Very rarely see it at shows. He ran through heavy metal, at least a couple of stories, Titan and a few others. That you'll see once we get into the sequentials, that I think his art style is very reminiscent of Herge's Tintin. The sidereal adventures of Rocco Vargas, folks. Or is it Rocco? I think it's Rocco. Could be Rocco. Every planet has a different species. Every species has a different culture. He's gone through and designed this. Very tight, very minimalist. You're seeing what looks like an African-American stereotype here, kind of. It is when it's in black and white here. But the Martians in Rocco's world are green with large lips. You'll see that here. He's got a manservant named Samson that waits on him hand and foot. There's some other character designs here before we get into the real meat of the story. So this looks, could be the Thompson twins. Look at that. While you're looking at that, I'm going to look him up on, which I should have had called up already. I'll look him up on Wikipedia if I can get there. Let's see if we can pull this up here. All the production work before he gets started. There's a splash page for the first story, I believe. Nope, not really. It says its name is Montebalia. Mine is Victor Mundo. Right there. Look at that cityscape. This is fantastic. That took him a few minutes. Daniel Torres, Spanish cartoonist. I thought he was Belgian, but he's Spanish. My mistake. Daniel Torres, born the 20th of August in 1958, is a Spanish cartoonist known for several series, including the science fiction series Rocco Vargas, about a writer in a retro-futuristic world, and Tom, a series for children about a friendly dinosaur. Son of a rural doctor, Daniel Torres frequently changed residence during his childhood. In 1975, he began architecture studies at the University of Valencia, although he would finally end up replacing them with those of fine arts. At the same time, he began collaborating with the Gat Pilet through Miguel Catalud. In 1980, already installed in Barcelona, he began his professional career in the magazine El Verbora with Murder at 64 images per second, creating the character Claudio Cuco while still at university. He's known for his work, Opium, Sabotage, Tom, the Bourgeois, looks like, La Casa. And Rocco has Triton, The Whisper Mystery, Saxon, Rocco Vargas, hardcover from Dark Horse reprints. These three earlier series and a few Far Star, Rocco Vargas, The Dark Forest, was done in 2001, Game of the Gods in 2004, and Rocco Vargas, Walking with Monsters, hardcover from Dark Horse in 2005. I haven't seen any of those last three works. I'm going to have to dig them up. And that is all that Wikipedia has here. So we begin Triton, which I believe is reprinted in Heavy Metal. Fantastic story. Starts out with his little ranch house. Little. It's a famous science fiction writer and adventurer. Waves here. Just beautiful solid line work here. Very bright, very much filled with color. Very different from a lot of the noir comics that you see. Beautiful sense of style. He's got the widened shoulders, the 1980s padded look, which seems right in tune with this. Here's Samson right there. He's always yelling for coffee too. He's addicted. It's been a while since I've looked through this book. It's just Been wanting to show it for a little while, and we were going to start Akira today, but Allison asked if we could move that to, or preferred having it on Sunday so that she could show up and comment on it because it's her favorite work. So we'll be looking at Akira on a future Sunday. Many future Sundays, I would imagine. There's 6 volumes that I've got. I'm hoping this detail's coming through because a lot of it's really thin line work, very thin material, but very bright, very colorful. I just love this work. I'm sorry that Russ and Glenn aren't here to look it over with me. Old retro architecture, retro cars, retro, very 50s, futuristic 50s, Art Nouveau, even in places. It's a room. Don't be afraid to speak up in the chat, folks. We've got good numbers this morning. It's just that it's only me making noise here on this end of the camera. So feel free to chime in on the chat. Love to hear from you. Love to hear your opinion on this work. If you get a chance out there, please hit that like button as well. Any type of interaction with this program just goes to help our algorithm so that we can be seen more. Look at the style here. Just fantastic. I love this work. Very solid color. Very few, if any, tones, faded tones, mixed tones. It's got a great aesthetic. Even in darkness, using blues and shadow. That's great. Look at that. Sorry, there seems to be a bit of a shadow there. Let me see if I can move this over just a little and get past that glare. There we go. That might be a little better. Hopefully you can see up there. How's the camera looking? Is the artwork all right? Please let me know in the chat. A bit of beefcake. Beefcake. The sepia tone work here on these photographs. Nice touch. If you are part of the Sunday Funnies page or group in Facebook, there is a link there if you want to come in and join me. Everybody's invited who's in that group. Anytime, if you want to be part of this program, let me know. And we'll get you set up with a link, especially if you're a professional in this business. We'd love to have you on board here with your opinion. We look at sequential art like this twice a week. From all over the world. We try to be all over the world, mostly the U.S. material, though. I think we've been looking at way too much mainstream type material, so we'll get a little bit more worldly here in the next few months. Rocco's a grand example. Like his ship here. What do you think, folks? Talk to me in the chat. Let me know what you think of this art. Dark Horse kicked this book out in 1987, it looks like. So it's one of those collections that as soon as they announced it, I had to have it. Uh, 1997 is the copyright on this. That was probably about 87 when Heavy Metal reprinted Triton. That almost a German look to his stuff. He almost looks like the High Commander from Bullwinkle there with the monocle. And again, just a whole style choice on this to me is amazing. All of the clothes are designed. The ladies all have the puffy shoulders and everything's angular. You know, the hair goes out to a point. And just the whole style choice in general, I think, is amazing on this. Look at that hat. It's almost got a 40s feel to it. Wood. Stories are fun. Space opera. Good times. Lighthearted escapist entertainment. Gets a little heavy here and there, but it's all good. We've been looking at Dan Dare on Sundays. That's what reminded me to take this off the shelf and show it off a little bit. I just got done getting the, I think it's the first 6 years of Flash Gordon and Jungle Jim reprints by IDW. We'll look at those one of these days. Just phenomenal books. Really been wanting to show off a little bit of Tintin, but I'm not sure how the crowd would respond to it. So let me know in the chat or in the comments if you're interested at all out there in taking a look at some Tintin. I've got just about the entire run. There's only a couple of episodes or issues that I'm missing, chapters or issues, I guess you'd say, volumes. And they were the most popular ones. I'm having the hardest time finding them. So when he goes to the moon. Might have been the inspiration for all this, as far as I know. Torres could have ran across it and fallen in love with it and decided to blend that with space opera. And here we go. And some beautiful stylistic design work. Chiseled chin. Again, part of the joy in good sequential art isn't, in my mind, realism. It's the ability to over-exaggerate and still make it seem real in your mind. This is just great escapist entertainment. Look at that. It's all done by tone here. That's the closest thing to a painted look that I've seen. There's a little bit of graduated tone work here, but most of it is all just beautiful solid work. There's a little graduated tone there, a little bit here. It's probably coloring this in Photoshop. Just adding just enough of a touch to bring in that fade in. Very stylized look. You seeing this out there? Add a comment to the chat, folks. It is just me this morning until Russ gets in the office or Glenn wakes up or comes into the room. More great stuff here. It's a choice of color palette. Also, as they're outside in the winter, lots of blues, a little bit of blue-gray. You're always going to be able to pull something, especially if you work in this business. If you love this business as much as I do, you can't help but look at the most unusual sequential art, and you're always going to pull something out of it, a technique, a storytelling device, the way he drew or they drew something, the look, the feel of it. It's always something to find. You just look. You got to open your eyes and take a look. You can probably get this story in a back issue of Heavy Metal. I believe they printed the entire story at once, so it's like getting a magazine with a graphic novel inside of it. Oh, look at that planetscape here. You can tell he's just having fun. He was at DC for a very short period of time. Did I think a mini series, maybe one or two other things, and just promptly went back to Spain. The work was not nearly as good as this, I don't think. You can tell his heart probably wasn't in it. Look at that ship. Isn't that great? Just a whole fight there. Just phenomenal stuff. Dave, you're welcome in on the chat too if you want. I can, or not the chat, but you're welcome in the room if you want. I'll send you a link if you want. We can talk about this. There's nobody else here except me. We have some good numbers, folks. Come on. Fun panel. Everything ends happily ever after, it looks like. We all go fishing. Why not? Some more great design work. Everything is laid out here in fine detail. Here's his house, Rocco's house with the ship ready to be launched underneath here. Odd aliens. Look at that, almost basic shapes. Mickey Mouse suspender dots here. Like that. That's what that reminds me of. I bet that's where he pulled that from. The hair here. Almost as a hat. It's fantastic. Look at that. It's lines. Just a squiggle for a wrinkle. The Mystery of the Whisper. Another story. I believe this covers three 3 stories, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a little more. We'll cover this story and save the rest for next week, I think. Since it's just me. Really want Russ and Glenn to take a look at this stuff. I believe this was also reprinted in Heavy Metal. That seem to remember seeing that picture in Heavy Metal. Folks, be part of the conversation. The chat room is open. I am the only one here this morning and eager to talk. As we look through this great book by Daniel Torres. Setting up the politics for the story. Again, just look at that. It's phenomenal. Samson. Here we are with that little alien popping in, or robot, whatever it is. It's been a while since I read these stories. And again, you see no shading lines, no group of thin lines, no cross hatching. Not needed. It's in color. Very solid colors. Beautiful palette. People from different planets have different color skin. So you get some yellow skinned folks, some brown skinned folks, some green skinned folks. Great pen. So it's this detail. Shoom. Sorry to be so quiet, folks. We're going to keep moving on. Here we are. Keep forgetting I'm the only one here. Love that. Look at that. Love the design of the cars. They're just fantastic. The monorail here. It's great. Floating cars. Rad little shadow underneath to show that they're up off the ground. No wheels needed. This is like, it's minimalist like Alex Toth is. It's draw what you have to in the panel as simple and direct as possible. What has to be there is there. What do you say? Draw as little detail as possible, but draw the hell out of it. Something like that. I'll have to get that quote and add it to our catalog. Sorry to be so quiet. I'm the only one in the room looking at this artwork. I haven't looked at it in quite a while. This is just great stuff. Sometimes simple is the best. Love artists who can cut the detail down to bare minimum and still get their point across with their own very individual style. See folks like Carl Barks and Fred Gutfredson and Daniel here is a big example of that. Herge's Tintin is just amazing in that way too. Beautifully drawn, but very simplistic, very deceptively simple. You have to know how to draw before you can draw less. Submarine. Looks like a flying ship there. Is that girl with the hair that looks like a helmet? What do you think, folks? Talk to me in the chat. Chat's wide open. We know the majority of our watchers or listeners do this after the fact, so please don't be afraid to leave a comment even after you've watched. No matter when you watch this, could be months or years from now. If you have something to say, add a comment. Every comment goes to help our algorithm. We really want to get out there in front of more eyes because there's so much great sequential art out there waiting to be discovered or rediscovered. Look at that. It's large spaces to show the expanse of the area. Dogfight, it looks like. We've looked through quite a variety of material, but we'll be looking through a wider variety here in the future. Dylan Dog from Italy is coming up. Akira from Japan. Would love to show you. I've got the run of Go-Go 13s, the professional. It's been known as here in the States. It's about an assassin. It's really just super sharp work. It's Japanese. The main character is an incredibly cold assassin. Go-Go 13. That's his name. It's great material. Same here. The wrinkles here. Just a few lines. Just what's needed. No shading lines necessary. It's an artistic choice. C.C. Beck on Captain Marvel had the same theory. I love C.C. Beck's work as well. He came out of an advertising background and decided that comics were for color. So that's why Captain Marvel's got this bright red suit and a big yellow emblem on his chest and very little shading details done. Also, it was a style that he could utilize quickly. And he did a lot of work on Captain Marvel. Set the tone for the whole series. Working as simple as possible. We'll look at some C.C. Beck here in the future. I think the other one that I really want to get across the next couple of months is V.T. Hamlin's Alley Oop. Also an amazing comic strip. Hardly nobody even remembers it anymore. What a great strip that was. What do you think, folks? Talk to me. Chat's wide open, like I said. We're looking through Rocco Vargas. At least I call him Rocco. Could be Rocco. Doesn't have a K on it, though, but I have seen it spelled differently. The thumbnail that I used, the illustration I got, had Rocco or Rocco with only one C in it. So if you look back at that thumbnail, it had the same illustration on it. So spelling was close. It wasn't my fault. Must have been in a translation for somebody. But this Dark Horse volume is beautiful. The paper is nice. The binding on it is perfect. Square bound, nice hardcover book, beautiful package. Style right there. Here too, half a 3/4 profile. You can tell he's been doing this for a while. He's switching his camera around. This is really the work of a knowledgeable, skilled professional. Love his scenic landscapes, odd cities, different topography. We might go through this book again, at least this part, in a little bit closer detail once Russ and Glenn are on board. I'm sure they would catch a lot more things than I do on this. And I was sure that they would really enjoy this work. Very unusual. Like I said, hardly nobody talks about it anymore. Right now, Russ Leach is in the house. Russ, how you doing?
Good morning. Sorry, bit of emergency, but I'm here now.
Always understandable. We do what we can. Hope everything worked out all right.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh.
We are looking, I think it's Rocco. I call it Rocco. It could be Rocco Vargas. Daniel Torres. Are you familiar with the work?
No, I'm not. Not at all.
Okay.
It's definitely got a look, isn't it?
It does. That's why I love this. This is just such a unique property. Daniel went on to do some work for DC, but it doesn't look anything like this.
Oh, I would say I would say Rocco. Yeah.
Rocco? All right, It'll be Rocco then. I always pronounced it Rocco because of the double C, but then I ran across another spelling with only one C in it. The picture I ended up finding off of Bing was of the cover from some other translation that had Rocco with one C in it instead of two.
There's no guarantee they had good editors.
Yeah, exactly. On the ball. Anyway, I look at this as like a cross between Herge and Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got such a stylistic look. Look at that. If you didn't see that before. He's got fantastic topography. It's a ex-adventurer on Earth, and he's a science fiction writer, and he keeps getting called out, and all of the planets in the solar system are inhabited.
Yeah.
They all have an atmosphere. They all have people. In fact, the people on these planets are different colors. And he has a manservant who's a Martian, who is patterned after the old stereotype African American from the 40s.
Right. Okay.
So he's yelling for coffee. So his big tagline is Samson coffee. And they have this.
That's Little Richard, isn't it?
It looks like him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really retro stylized. The thick shoulders and just fantastic lines.
Definitely leaning into that.
Yeah. We've already looked through Triton. We're on the second story.
Right, okay. Yeah, just flip straight to it. Everyone's seen this, haven't they? So
Yep, everybody has, but I wanted to make sure you saw it, especially at the start. We already looked through Triton here.
wow. It's a definite look.
Yeah,
Very European.
very much so. Yep. But at the same time, it's got like this Art Nouveau feel to it.
Mm.
I love this girl's hair. It looks like a helmet.
Yeah.
Mystery of the Whisper. Great little tripod fight there.
It's a bit Moby-esque.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. There's also, I think it's more Herge than Mobius.
Just the lack of shading.
Oh, a very conscious choice in order to get color in. Yeah. There's Samson.
Ah, okay, yeah.
I think. Yeah, right there. Here we are.
Wow, okay. When was this drawn?
In the 80s, 70s, late 70s, early 80s.
Really?
Spanish artist Daniel Torres. So these two stories were reprinted in heavy metal, I believe. Right. I think that the third story, I'm not sure if it was reprinted in heavy metal or not. And then Dark Horse also printed another 3 stories after this, but I'm not sure if it has the same style or quality to it. I never knew they existed. I need to dig them up. I just looked them up on Wikipedia. It's got the old animator gloves here. Only it's got 2 lines on the back. He's probably got a third one there. You just can't see it.
What's that? A robot?
It's a robot, yeah. But he's got like his bucket there at the bottom. He's got these 2 dots on it. Reminds me of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Weird.
Very unusual stuff. And there's brown people, there's yellow people, there's green people. All sorts of different skin colors. This story especially gets really heavy into the political intrigue. One planet screwing the next kind of stuff. It's like
that happens a lot.
Countries. Look at that. Love that panel. This is
Shoom.
Dave from Genuine Comics is in the house. Everybody else is being quiet, even though I've been trying to tell them the chat's wide open. Love that.
Well, Europeans, it might just be it's an hour earlier, isn't it? We don't get up in Europe.
Yeah, that's true. We're still we're here on daylight savings time too. So
most of mainland Europe is drinking coffee till 12.
Yeah. Well, we might pick up some bigger numbers here in about 6-7 minutes when the hour changes.
Maybe.
Love that hat. Everything's solid because of the color, and even though it's so open. So I was really hoping Glenn would be healthy enough to be on the air.
He was talking about it, but he's not feeling great. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, hope he feels better real soon. Well, he likes Herge's Tintin material.
Yeah,
we talked about showing that here before. The shadows very sparingly, the silhouettes very sparingly. Most of it's to make the color come through. Everything's real solid.
There's very little lighting. It's all outline. Yeah.
Very little blended tone. Very little fades. Even though he probably colored this in Photoshop, he still used a very solid color choice. Here we are. That's where we left off. All the cars are amazing, just fun, 50s looking floating cars. They're throwing shadows in underneath to show they're off the ground. No tires needed. Though they do have wheel wells, it looks like still. It's kind of fun. They look like old 50s cars. I think there's at least 3 stories in this. I was going to stop after this story and save the rest for next week.
Okay.
Hopefully when Glenn's here. Oh, there we are. A little bit of skin.
Yeah, that's very European.
Like this. Sequence.
So when did you say this was drawn?
Late 70s, early 80s. This was collected in 97, I believe. I looked at the copyright earlier from Dark Horse. It's 97.
Right.
The actual work looks like it's 87. Yeah, 87.
There's some vague similarities to Batman, the animated series.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I think it's probably accidental and completely coincidental. It's because of the big 40s suits and everything, and the big chins, especially that one down at the bottom there where he looks a bit Clark Kenty down there.
Yeah, he does. Nice Jay Leno chin.
And the fact that everything's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just stripped down. Very essential. That's pointing out lines for wrinkles. No serious cross-hatching needed. Almost like squiggles on some of these, like on the pants here.
Yeah. I think that's what's magic about what we've been doing over the last 3 or 4 years. For me personally, is just seeing all the different styles.
Oh yeah.
And recognizing that what's really important is what you want to do, not what other people think you should be doing, or whether you should be trying to be like someone else. It's like what comes out, what are you comfortable with when you put it on the page,
right?
And that's not when you look at it, 3 days later or 3 years later and compare it to another artist's work or someone that you love. What do you feel when it comes out on the page?
Mm-hmm.
It's that moment in time. You can see like this is great. This is really good fun, and it tells a great story, and it's convincing, even though it's very, very stylized.
Mm-hmm.
And there's next to no shading in it whatsoever. Right. It's all done with the color. It's extremely competent. And very creative, and and yet it's like nothing else that you would see in say Marvel and DC. It's great.
Just love sequential artists who work in their own style, and have their own look, where you could look at this and know, this is not Jim Lee by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, it's not anyone. No, it's no one that you'd know. No.
You look at it and you go, who is this? And you go, oh, Daniel Torres. Well, I need to look for more of his stuff.
The only downside is that those people don't seem to get more airtime. I mean, in America, and in parts of Europe, obviously as well. It's like there's a few names from Western comics, and those names can be on, fandom's lips, and a couple of names people, normies can come up with.
Yeah.
But all these artists that, especially a lot of the European artists, they'll never be known. Really, they're only known by the people that read the books.
Right.
And
yeah.
it's a bit of a pity, really. It's a bit of a shame because they deserve wider appreciation.
Yeah. I could see this animated real easy.
Yeah.
In the same style. Have it look great. Just be fantastic to watch.
There were lizard people in there.
Yeah, there's all sorts of people.
Lizard people.
He's fighting lizard people. Knocking them around a bit.
There's a lot going on in that panel.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like Barks in a lot of ways. Carl Barks. He'll go through and he'll jam a panel with the most beautiful scenery, and you got to sit there and look at it for a minute, and then everything else is
nothing.
Really yeah, very simplistic.
But I think that's the art of telling a story.
It is, yeah.
Is focusing on characters and knowing when to put some background in and when not to. I think there are some artists I think that just put backgrounds in everything, and that leads to that sort of criticism of some comics now trying to be too illustrative instead of being a storytelling mechanism. Yeah. I like leaving backgrounds out on occasional panels. Mm-hmm. It can just confuse a panel greatly, and there's no need for it because the whole thing is impressionism anyway.
Right? Yeah.
However, that doesn't mean that you forget how to draw backgrounds. I mean, just look at this.
Yeah. Marvy in the house.
Hi, Marv.
Good morning. Gotta go. See you later.
See you later. Bye.
Hey, Marv. Hello, you must be going. Again, smoke-filled room. Drop colors down, almost like a sepia tone level. Boom.
That's a hell of a shirt.
Here you mean? There's a Hawaiian shirt print. Nice.
Smack. Or plaque, even.
It's a plaque. It's like one continuous panel here.
That girl likes getting her gear out, doesn't she? She was doing that earlier. Oh, there's another one there, just popping out.
What?
Some boobies.
Boobies. Where's boobies?
Yeah. Middle panel, left-hand side. She's the girl with the black top on.
Oh, you really got to look.
No, to the right.
Oh, here? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to look for that.
No.
She's got them front and center.
Yeah, it looks like she's got pasties on.
And then down below in the middle panel as well.
Eh.
But they're all over the place. There were a few on a previous panel, on the previous
squiggly lines and circles.
Squiggly lines there.
All part of the art.
Good action.
Just love the clothing and just the style choice here. Just great, fun.
It's like it's like if somebody in the future decided that the 40s were a great look.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be exactly the same.
With like a 50s mechanical aesthetic to it.
Yeah. But much like when they sort of bring back fads now. Mm-hmm. It's it would be similar. It would have that essence, but it wouldn't be quite the same.
Exactly, yeah.
Cuffs in different places. And
right.
Over-exaggerated waistlines.
Cosmo.
Hey, Skip.
Skip's in the house. Skip Edwards Hart. Hey, fellas. Hey. We're on daylight savings time here. So probably should have put that in the notes for the next couple of weeks, huh? Everybody's going to be coming an hour late. Yeah, just saw the numbers jump a little. Come on in, folks. The chat's live. Russ and I are here. We are looking at Rocco Vargas by Spanish artist Daniel Torres. Beautiful individual style. Fantastic sequentials, previously printed in heavy metal. Collected by Dark Horse and continued by Dark Horse. There's 3 other stories not in this book with Rocco in it. I don't know if they hold the same artistic aesthetic as this, but hope they do. I'm going to have to dig them up. Samson again. He's a Martian.
A funny lump on the top of his head.
It's kind of hair.
Oh, right.
I always thought it was kind of like hair. I'll have to look at it closer.
It's a bit of a Yosemite Sam lump.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, here it is. I think before, though, he had him... let me see when he's home here. He's getting coffee. Oh, he's got a hat on. I can't really tell. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I guess it is a lump. I just thought it was kind of a bush hair. Bushy, I should say hair.
Bushy.
Bushy.
Bushy. There's heavy influences here, like Art Deco as well.
Yeah, very much so.
Well, that guy's got a nappy on.
Which guy?
Bottom left.
Oh, he does. Yeah. More great ships here. I bet that guy's the villain.
He looks it.
Yeah. Nice. Just lines. No shading, no cross hatching. Just straight lines to make the figures out in color. Probably used a rapidograph on a lot of this.
Oh yeah, it was be a pen, not a brush, by the looks
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, there's very little variance in, if any, in line weight.
No, all the line weights are the same. Yeah, that's why the colours are so important.
Yeah, it is. A bomb. A bomb.
Oh, that's that.
Here we go, on to Saxon. It's about halfway through the book, too, anyway.
Is that halfway?
Yeah.
It is halfway.
About halfway. Might as well be halfway.
Do another one next week.
I think so.
Yeah.
I said earlier I was going to do Akira, but that's Allison's favorite work, and she doesn't want to. She has a hard time getting up at 5 a.m. So
do it on a Sunday.
We'll move those to a Sunday. Yeah, we got all 6 volumes.
Let's do it on a Sunday.
Yeah, we'll just go through it over a period of probably a month and a half at this rate. So, but yeah, I love his production work. I love the preview stuff that they put in here. Just great. Start Saxon next week. Folks, sorry if you came in late, but we've been looking at Rocco Vargas by Daniel Torres. Ooh.
Guy's face.
Isn't it? The eyes especially just make the whole face. Great
characterization with very few lines. It's very good.
That's the idea, though. Simplify everything down to the simplest lines possible. I was saying earlier, that's kind of C.C. Beck and Alex Toth's thing to do. Strip it right down. That's why people like Manning are so much fun. That everything is just basic, solid, but still very stylized, very much an individual work. That's art, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Rocco Vargas from Dark Horse. Very fun book. We'll look at the back half of it next week. Folks, really, really glad you were able to swing by and look at what we have. If you have any suggestions about work that we need to take a look at, go back and look at our archives first. Because we've looked at a lot of stuff. And like I said earlier, this year especially, I want to try to mix it up a lot and bring in a lot more international sequential art, a lot more unique individual styles, individual looks. But this is a book I've had for, I think, ever since it came out.
You got all the books.
No, I don't have them all. But once they announced this, it was one of those got to have it.
Got to have it.
Yep.
I saw a video yesterday. It was very good. It was about a Wallywood EC stories.
Really? Oh,
and
yeah.
It was oversized. It was like my Buscema one. It was huge.
Cool.
But they do like a cut down version of it in artisan size.
Mm-hmm.
So like the ones that I've got for Spider-Man and Silver Surfer and what have you.
Yeah.
So I think and they're really good price. They're only like £30, $40.
That's good.
They're very good price. So they're not the full size, but at the same time they're big enough that you get the idea of the artwork. Mm-hmm. So I might pick one of those up. Obviously, Star-Lord is still on the list, but I've got to wait till Christmas for that.
I was at a show once in Detroit that IDW was at, and they were blowing out their artisan books.
Yeah.
They had tons and tons of them. I had no money at the time. None.
I've got about 7 or 8 of them, and they're just lovely books. Then they're not the. I've got full size, art books of Brian Bolland and John Buscema.
Mm-hmm.
The Wally Wood one would be nice to have, I have to say, but it is £160.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for a book. Whereas for £30, I can have one sort of 2/3 the size of it, and still see the art. So I might pick that up. But they're great books. Those artisan books are great books. I got the Nick Fury one as well, the Sterenko one.
Mm-hmm.
Just lovely stuff.
It is.
They can do something right.
When they want to.
Yeah, when they want to, yeah.
And seeing a lot of announcements for movies lately that are like fan wish fulfillment. It's like the studios are getting desperate for money and actually starting to listen to the fans again.
I think that they've gotten to a point where we thought we need to make money, so we better start making things that people want rather than the things that our creatives want to make.
The soapboxes that people want to stand on.
Yeah. So it's like video games are the same. It used to be the case that creatives got together, they put a video game together because that was the video game they wanted to make. It was a creative statement, and it was going to make money.
Yeah.
And then the execs got hold of it, and it's like, oh, no, you must put this in it. You must put that in it. You must tick this box. You must make these microtransactions. And then suddenly the AAA space, deflated, and people are completely, gamers are completely untrusting of mainstream and big studio games. And I think it's the same for film, and it's the same for TV, and it's the same for comics. People are starting to not trust the big corporates. They're just like, no, you're just going to make stuff I don't want to read or don't want to watch, or you're going to try and sell me something, or you're going to try and tell me that I think the wrong way. Exactly. I'm here to be entertained and maybe educated and maybe have my views changed, by reading something, by interacting with a medium, whether that be comics, films, games, whatever it be. Maybe I can learn something, but if you're banging me over the head with your ideas, I'm just going to walk in the other direction. It's a complete misunderstanding of the human psyche. Most people, obviously, you're always going to get sheep. That's the way it is. But a big proportion, especially those people that are interested in very creative output, they're just like, no, if you tell me something, I'm going to walk in the other direction, get stuffed. And they just don't get it. They just
bringing that into not to get too political or even too critical of modern comics. That comes down to that quote that Brevoort gave this last week about how he feels that the reader needs to get mad, and that they do that stuff intentionally in order to make the readers mad because that makes them engaged.
No, he makes the readers mad to get them engaged, because the alternative to that is to write something decent to get them engaged, and he's run out of ideas.
I was just going to say, if I was Tom Brevoort's boss, he wouldn't be there.
No, he'd be fired. I'd fire him in an instant.
On Monday. He wouldn't be there at all on Monday.
No, get out.
Gone. Yep.
Yeah, and the trouble is what he's just described is clickbait. Yeah. That's what he's described. He's described the whole anger thing, the whole look, shock, horror, look at this headline, instead of, no, let's write something that people want. Let's do something interesting. Yeah, let's take the characters in different directions. Let's do stuff. Let's be creative. Well, we can't do that because we're all rubbish at it, or we're all lost, or we're all just tired and old. So let's do something that pisses them off, and they'll be sure to come back. Yeah, right.
The irritating and sad thing about this is that all they got to do is look at their sales figures.
Yeah.
To know that once they get past the initial shock, you're going to want to see Captain America be part of Hydra just long enough to know that they did it, but you don't want to read it.
No.
And it's not entertainment. It's just poking the bear.
Yeah, I mean, and also because of the way that they tell stories, because of the expanded storytelling, it takes forever. So, for instance, if in their minds we're going to make Cap Hydra, but we're going to make it all okay, It back in the day, back in the 70s, 80s, it would have been 1 or 2 comics, and you would have turned around back to being Captain America. So it would have been an arc. There would have been something in there, but you'd have got back to the true Captain America pretty quick because of the condensed storytelling.
Right.
But now they take 6 months to do the same thing.
Yep.
And what happens is you think, oh, well, Cap's Hydra then. That's it. It's crap. I don't like this. Cap isn't Hydra. That's rubbish. Yeah. Instead of it's like the Thor, the Lady Thor thing. Okay. There, apparently, from what I haven't read it, but I have heard that it's actually quite a good story. Okay. And in the end, Thor came back, which is kind of a standard sort of comic strip trope to kind of turn your hero another way, put someone in their place and have them come back and, make the story total and whole. 2 things they did wrong. First, expanded storytelling. They're not doing it quickly enough to get those people that don't believe it's a good idea to turn them around and say, no, look, this really is a good story. Stick with us. Okay. They're taking too long. And the biggest problem they did was because they had everything going for them while the MCU was massive at the time. And they decided to put a whole bunch of comics out that didn't have the people that were on the screen. And I don't mean that from the actor's perspective. I mean, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. Yep. Where are these true characters that you're seeing represented well? Okay, not perfectly, but well on the screen. No. Let's put somebody else in their place. Let's make Thor a woman. Let's make Captain America something else. Let's make, Hulk someone else. It's like, why the hell? Yeah. Why the hell are you doing this? There's nothing wrong with those stories. And from what I can tell, like I say, the Lady Thor one was actually quite a good story. But it was too expanded. So you took too long. People walked away, okay, who weren't prepared to stick around and nail the ending. And then you did it at a moment in time when you should have been just underpinning the heroes that were out there on screen. Tell stories another way. But they don't get it. They just don't get it. And so... Yep. Now you can see the fall, there's plenty of people out there who say, oh, comics are doing well. Look at Absolute Batman. Look at this, look at that. But it's not, they're not doing well. They're not. They should still be selling millions. They should just be doing it digitally.
Yeah.
Kids should still be, going and reading these things, and they should have sorted that out. And again, that's a direct market issue because they didn't have the balls to say, oh, okay, we can sell the digital comics at different prices and we can sell them day and date when we put the physical ones on the store. Yeah. And so it's a complete mess. Always for the rant.
Always should have been a lag time between physical and digital anyway.
Yeah.
Should have been months, 3 to 6 months lag time.
But then digital should have been cheaper.
Yeah,
by a big margin,
at least half.
Yeah. And it's just
it's all instant money. It's not like they have to pay for anything else, and it's not like they have to pay for printing costs. It's just electronic. Yeah. Here's an address to download a file, or you just click a button and download it.
And once again, much like the game space, now it's like but your content isn't your content. We own it.
Yeah,
and it makes the deal even worse. But there you go. That's why independent comics are still around while they're doing... I think independent comics seem to be doing fairly well at the moment. Again, that's all relative. Yeah. It's a much smaller market than it was. It's, we're having to do all our work. For the most part, most of the work is being done online. Conventions aren't what they were.
No, I'm down to 2 this year. Yeah. One in Kalamazoo, one in Grand Rapids.
Yeah,
that's it. Even the Flint show, the local show.
It's closed, is it?
Well, it's not just closed. They don't treat me very well at all.
Oh right, okay. Well, yeah, comics. That's the other thing. Is comics at the bottom of the pile.
At comic people and
comics at the bottom of the pile. So.
It's supposed to be a really cool Comic Con, and there's hardly no comics there at all.
No.
Anyway.
But there you go. That's why we look at this stuff, because it is so creative and it's so informative.
Exactly why.
Yeah.
It's great entertainment. It's great art. It's fantastic stuff. And there's so much good material out there that we'll never run out of stuff to look at.
Yeah, the industry may be in a state, but the medium is live and well.
There you go. Yep. All right, folks, we do this twice a week. This Sunday, we are looking at another iconic strip that probably nobody here in the States has ever heard of, Garth.
Oh, Garth. Fantastic.
Frank Bellamy, folks, absolutely beautiful artwork, daily comic strip. Fantastic stuff. If you've seen our shows on Modesty Blaze, another strip that's really underrated, especially here in the States. Garth is well worth your time. We look at this on Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And then we'll be back next Friday at 5 a.m. to cover the rest of Rocco here. And we deeply appreciate you being here. Russ, why don't you introduce yourself, tell folks how they can find you.
Yeah. You can find me at russleach.com. Go there, sign up for the email list. Most important, go to the Atlantean 4 crowdfund, which is currently on Fund My Comics. That's fundmycomic.com/the Atlantean 4 with a number 4 at the end. We'll put the link in the chat. And
really, all you have to do is type in fundmycomic.com, F-U-N-D, my comic, all one word, .com, and we are right there on the front page.
I think we are. I think we're on the recent upload list. Yeah, but we went through our $1,000. We keep it $1,000 just to get us going, and we blew through that. So the target is to do better than last time. So we'd really like 200 backers this time if possible. But we've already sold the inside back cover. There's people picking up back issues and stuff. You can go there, take a look at some of the artwork that's on display, and see what we've got available. So go there. That's fundmycomic.com/the Atlantean 4, or go to russleach.com and sign up for the email list.
Some great quotes here from folks that have read our previous issues. This is the 4th one, folks, and you do have the opportunity to get the previous 3. Plus, like I mentioned earlier today, that great omnibus. If you want to read Shadow Kingdom and Atlantean 1 and 2 all in one book.
This is the last chance you'll get to buy that as well.
Yep.
Because in our next campaign, that will not be available.
You get this particular tier for $55. You get 4 Atlanteans and the Shadow Kingdom adaptation. How can you go wrong?
You can't go wrong with that. That's a lot of pages.
A lot of pages, a lot of great reading, folks. And you can see the quality of the artwork here. The issue 4 has a 40, I believe, page story in the front and an 8-page Lethal story in the back.
It's 10 pages in the back. It's 10 pages. You wrote 10 pages, yeah.
Oh, did I? Okay. I thought I wrote 8 or 9, but that's all right.
Yeah, 10 pages. Yeah, so it's 50 pages of strip as normal.
Really
plus
proud
of bits and pieces.
Yep. Yeah. Really proud of both stories. Really proud of the whole book. All of the Atlantean in general. I can't recommend it to you highly enough. If you like great sword and sorcery stories, we do our very best to bring that to you. Great sword and sorcery stuff. It's about King Kull running incognito along with his associate Drool as they travel the land looking to eradicate their world of shape-shifting lizard demons.
As you do.
As you do. Yep. And in this particular issue, we adapt the Robert E. Howard story, The Mirrors of Tuzan Thun, and incorporate it into our continuity. And,
there's some fun pages in there.
Fun world building here.
Yeah.
So we hope you get a chance to go over there, buy in. 63 folks already. Deeply appreciate everybody who's already bought in on this campaign. It's going to be a great, great book.
Pick up some artwork. There you go. Here's one of the latest pieces.
Hang on.
Boop, 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 boop.
There we go. Wow. There we are. All right, folks. I think that's it. Rocco Vargas. I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. Flying. Just moving my camera. Comics by Night every Friday, 5 a.m. Eastern Time. Hope you can join us back. We look at great sequential art. We've been doing this for over 3 years now, maybe even 4. And looking at great art. Go through and take a look at our archives. We are archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel. That's ZIMM, Randy Zim YouTube channel, and the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel. Go over there and subscribe to all 3 of those channels. We can all use that exposure. We can use your any type of interaction, like I keep saying, with our sites, our platforms, our show, just goes to help our algorithm and get out there in front of more noses and more people who love comics. So it's in the chat. The link's in the chat for the Atlantean. We hope you get a chance to take a look. In the meantime, folks, have a great weekend. Go visit your local retailer if you get the chance. Take a couple of hours, look at those boxes that might be on the floor, might be gathering dust, and dust them off and take a look at those prices that retailer might not have priced in the last decade. And get yourself some bargains in sequential art, folks. You'd be amazed what are sitting in those boxes just waiting to be discovered. Take a chance. Read some great comics. If you read some great comics, tell folks about how great comics are. Enough of this trolling and negativity out there on these antisocial platforms. Show some love. Give comics as gifts. Tell folks how great comics are, how much you enjoy them, how much you love being entertained by them, how much you look forward to reading them, and your favorite comics especially. So don't steer them wrong and send them on some the Tom Brevoort approved BS. Anyway, show some great comics out there, folks. There, and don't be afraid to show them off. Our numbers are just now starting to climb as we're walking out the door. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. We are on daylight savings time, so set your clocks accordingly. If you're not in the States, we are an hour earlier for the next couple of weeks until your daylight savings time kicks in, if you have one. Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, we will be looking at The Great Garth by Frank Bellamy. Next week at 5 a.m. on Friday, Comics by Night returns with more of Daniel Torres's Rocco Vargas. Folks, take care of yourself. We'll see you on the next one. We wish you only the best. AI Davis is kicking in here on the chat. Hey, guys, see you Sunday. For Dan Dare. No, for Garth. We'll talk to my comic book shop, too. Yeah, do that.
Nice.
Do that. You know, please, AI. Did I say AI Davis? I meant L Davis. Sorry, I missed this. Yeah, well, you didn't really miss it. We're archived, so you can enjoy it at your leisure whenever. And hey, there's a little speed notation down in the corner of all the videos. If you look at that speed and you knock it up to 2 times speed, we sound like chipmunks. It's amazing. It'll be great. But any view on our show just goes to help our algorithm. Any comment, any suggestion you may have for books for us to look through. We spent 3 months on Watchmen a few years back. Fantastic too. With great time. Yeah, had the black and white version, had the original, and had the book by Dave Gibbons with all of the notes and background materials.
It was great.
Great stuff. Well, really proud of those episodes. Go back and take a look. Well, we've covered a lot of stuff. There's a lot more to come. So stay tuned. Tell your friends. Be here as often as you can. Watch our back episodes. We're not here asking for super chats. We're not monetized at all, though I think maybe Russ might be close to it, and the Indie Comics Network might be monetized. And if they are, and you do super chat at Indie Comics Network, just rest assured that all of that money goes back into keeping these programs on the air and for the high cost of StreamYard in order to bring these to you. Sorry, Garth. Yeah, it's okay. Right. I think I think COVID made my underlying ADHD enhanced, so I watch most things on 2 times speed. Haha. Yeah. Most political programs.
Yeah.
It's always
just get
fun.
to the point.
Listen to what's up in the world from Chipmunks. It's always good. Folks, again, thanks so much for stopping by. We deeply appreciate you being here whenever you come by. We're not monetized. If you want to show your appreciation for this program, buy our work. Atlantean number 4 is over at fundmycomic.com right now. And I'm sure you're going to be entertained by it. If you like this program, you're going to love that book. In the meantime, folks, again, have a great weekend. We'll see you on the next one. We're sorry we're a little short today. We usually run an hour and a half, though, to 2 hours. We deeply appreciate you stopping by. And we will see you on the next one.
Das Vidania.
Thanks so much for coming in. Thanks for being here.
In the time before Atlantis sank, when the lands of this world were savage and untamed, one man would claim his destiny, seizing his place as a king. After defending his throne and learning the devastating truth of the Serpent Kingdom and its deadly cults, King Kull in his right hand ruled the Spear Slayer, make a solemn vow to hunt down and destroy the hidden empire of these serpent demons. These are the tales of those journeys. This is the Atlantean. Tales inspired by the brilliance of Robert E. Howard, featuring his first barbarian characters as introduced in the pages of his classic tale, The Shadow Kingdom. Each volume contains beautifully painted covers and around 50 pages of original black and white art and story, featuring classic sword and sorcery adventures you don't want to miss. Join us on these epic adventures and sign up now for news with the email list at russleach.com. Bring your axe and prepare for battle.
The cops are doing their job as long as they don't be mean to people who are actually being innocent. Then I'm all gravy, baby.
Say the weird thing.
Hey y'all, it's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is European. Hey man, watch what you're doing, you're too close. European on my boot.
Hi, would you like some headphones?
Absolutely, but how did you know my name was Phones?
Moments for customers at a Kansas Home Depot. Police responded to reports of a bomb threat at the store in Wichita. A customer alerted employees. A man inside the bathroom said there was a bomb in the building. Police were able to locate the man responsible for those comments, and that man told police he warned other guests to leave the restroom because he was, quote, fixing to blow it up, but had no intention of causing a panic. Man also told police others in the room laughed, understanding his joke, which I'm just now getting. Home Depot says they will not be pressing charges. But I can tell you right now, you asked the producer for me to read that, didn't you? To Ethan now, please.
No.
And who's your favorite Marvel Comics hero? Mine is Superman. Remember the motto? With great power comes great responsibility.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with theory.
Type of holes people prefer. Donut holes or Hardy's new biscuit holes?
B-hole.
Yeah.
B-hole has it over the A-hole for sure.
Why? What do you like about it?
The A-hole seems kind of small.
It's great.
I just don't like the A-holes.
B-holes are tasty and flavorful.
The A-hole is nasty.
B-hole tastes funny. I guess I'm just kind of a B-hole kind of guy.
Introducing biscuit holes with icing. The best kind of holes money can buy. New at Hardee's.
Oh,
taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.